Oh, we got a happy Bailey today. Somebody's happy. You happy? She's happy. Hello everyone, it is Samantha and Miss Bailey, who you can't really see right now. And today we are here to bring you guys my weekend read, so it's gonna be all the things I am reading this weekend. I'm actually reading quite a few books this weekend. I have apparently bitten off more than I can chew because I'm reading about 4 books and about to start a 5th. I am hoping to finish 2 of the books though, so at least there will be that. So the first book that I want to show you guys is one that I'm actually almost done with, and one of the ones I'm hoping to finish this weekend, and it is Madam President, The Extraordinary Journey of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. This is actually a really good book. It's a biography about Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who was kind of the leader of the women's movement in Liberia, and she's also their first female president. She is actually stepping down in October, so it's a very current biography because it follows her from a young age all the way up into the present day. So I've actually enjoyed this book quite a bit, more than I thought I would. I don't typically read biographies, but it was the book that was chosen for my book club at work, and I'm glad that we ended up voting for this one because I've enjoyed it immensely. She was definitely an extraordinary woman, and it's interesting kind of reading a little bit about her life. The one thing I do find interesting about biographies is that you definitely get a one-sided view of things, so that's always kind of interesting to me to reading biographies because you wonder how biased the author is and things like that, but it's still a really interesting novel and one that I'm glad I picked up, and it's one I'm hoping to finish this weekend because I only have like 80 pages left, so I should be able to finish it pretty quick. The next book that I am reading is actually on my Kindle, and it is Shaman's Crossing, which is book 1 in the Soldier Son trilogy by Robin Hobb. This is actually a Robin Hobb trilogy that is not set in the land of the Elderlings. It's set in its own world, time, and place, and I'm okay with it so far. It's a little bit slow to start, which I'm used to with Robin Hobb's books, but it seems particularly slow, so it's definitely taking its time. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it yet. I'm only about 4 or 5 chapters into it, so I'm still fairly close to the beginning and still, since I think it's like a 400 or 500 page book. Okay, I'm annoyed because this is one of the Kindle books that does not have page numbers. It only does location or percentage, and it's the whole trilogy. So I'm really having a hard time gauging how far I am into the first book since all 3 books are included in this ebook, and it's annoying me. I just want a freaking page number. Why don't they always put page numbers on their ebooks? I hate that. Okay. Mini rant over, but other than that, I'm enjoying it. It's captured my attention, so I keep wanting to read it and pick it up again, which is good. It's just not quite as good as Land of the Elderlings books, but it's still close to the beginning, so I'm keeping an open mind about it. Next book that I am reading is Durini Rising, the first book in the Durini trilogy, I think is what it's called, by Katherine Kurtz. It's like traditional classic 80s fantasy, which is like my bread and butter. I love 80s fantasy. It can be a little bit cliched, a little bit tropey, but it also is kind of like feel-good fantasy because you kind of know what's going to happen, but it's just fantastic and I love it. I'm only about 80 pages into it, so the first 4 or 5 chapters, and I'm enjoying it quite a bit actually. It's pretty fun. I believe it takes place in like an alternate history, so it's like in the UK but in a different timeline than our own world, I think is kind of what I'm getting from it so far, but I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Katherine Kurtz's writing is pretty easy to follow and read, and it's just kind of a fun book, so I'm taking my time with this one and enjoying it quite a bit. The next 2 books are ones that I am hoping to start this weekend. The first one, of course, is one of my rereads, and that is Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I'm doing the Hobbalong Read Along Part 2 again this year, and so I want you to try and follow along and reread all 16 books, so at the end of the year I can do like a big series review for all of the books, and I can't wait. I miss this world, I miss Fitz and the Fool and all of the characters, and I can't wait to get back into it. This is also my 20th anniversary edition, and isn't it absolutely gorgeous? I need to get Royal Assassins still. I'm hoping to do that next month. They're coming out, it looks like they're releasing all of these in these new hardback special edition slipcase ones. I'm hoping that they'll do the rest of the trilogies like Live Ship and Tawny Man, but time will tell. But also, the end pages here is Buckkeep, and I love it so much, guys, and the pages are gilded, and I just want to gush about how pretty it is because damn is it pretty. The next book that I have, I'm actually really excited to start this weekend. It was actually a book that I suggested for my book club at work, and everybody voted for it, and I'm very excited because I've been wanting to read it for a couple of years now, and I can't wait. It's Of Blood and Honey, a book of the Fae and the Fallen by Stina Leicht. I'm not sure if I'm saying that last name correctly, I'm probably not, but this book sounds amazing. It takes place during the Troubles in the 1970s in Northern Ireland, and so it has the backdrop of the Troubles and and that conflict that's going on between the Irish and the English at that time, but it also features fae and supernatural elements as well. The story follows Liam, who never knew his father. Everybody kind of assumed that his father was a Protestant. His mother, of course, was Catholic, but he soon gets embroiled in a conflict that has been going on for centuries between fallen angels and the fae, and he soon discovers that his father has been on the front lines fighting this war for centuries. So not only is Liam thrown headlong into the conflict between the Irish and the English in Northern Ireland during the time of the Troubles in the 70s, but he's also thrown into this conflict between the fallen angels and the fae, and it sounds amazing. One of my coworkers actually has already finished it. She said she started it, got super sucked into it. She said it was really, really engrossing and dark, and she loved it, and so she just like sped through it really fast. But she says she's a slow reader, and she finished it in a couple of days, so it seems like it'll be really good. I'm really excited to read it. I haven't heard anybody really talking about this book, but it seems like it's gonna be right up my alley because of anything to do with Ireland. I actually wrote a couple of papers on the Troubles in Ireland in college, so this is actually a period of time that I'm quite familiar with, so it'll be interesting to kind of read this book. And I like books that kind of incorporate historical events with fantasy elements, so I'm very excited. I can't wait to start it. All right, so that's pretty much it for all of my reads this weekend. As you guys can see, I have quite a bit of things that I am reading right now. I don't know why I do this to myself. Why do I do this to myself? Since I am hoping to get quite a bit of reading done this weekend, I picked up a couple of snacks to enjoy while reading, so I'll show those to you guys too. The first one is beef jerky. I love beef jerky. It's actually one of my all-time favorite snacks. I love beef jerky and I hate how expensive it is. But I got the honey glazed. This is Tillamook Country Smoker. Tillamook is actually a native Oregon brand. There's a dairy on the coast. Tillamook, you guys might know of it. It's well known for its factory. You can go and visit and sample cheese and ice cream and all that good stuff. But they also do beef jerky, and their beef jerky is freaking delicious, and I can't wait to eat it. I got the honey glazed one. Lately I've been getting the salt and pepper, but I kind of wanted to mix it up, and so I got the honey, and it's gonna be good. The next one that I have here is Butterfinger Bites. I love Butterfingers, but I don't always want a big like Butterfinger bar, so I got this little bite-sized candy one, and it looks like it's gonna be pretty dang good. And the last little treat I picked up for myself is something I actually tried for the first time last week, but it was so good, and now I'm addicted. And it is this Huckleberry Soda by the brand Americana. It's a local Washington brand. They make like vintage, handcrafted, small batch sodas. Oh my god, guys, it's so good. And it has a really, really pretty purple color to it too. You guys might have seen my picture on Instagram that I posted because I was drinking it on the 4th. It's delicious. Huckleberry is actually a Pacific Northwest berry. A lot of people haven't heard of it, but I assure you they're delicious. They kind of look like blueberries except for they're smaller. So I had to get myself another bottle because this stuff is pretty dang tasty and I am now addicted to it. So aside from reading and eating delicious snacks, it's just gonna be like typical weekend, running errands, doing chores, hoping to play some more video games. I've been kind of neglecting Zelda, so I want to get back into playing Zelda again, and I really want to get back into playing Stardew Valley. It's been forever since I've opened that game. I think the last time I played it was like 4 or 5 months ago, so I kind of want to turn that back on and start playing Stardew again. I might even do a live stream soon, so keep an eye out for that. We'll see. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy seeing all the things I'm reading and doing this weekend. I hope you guys have a lovely weekend, and until next time, happy reading. Bye! And it is the yeah, he can't talk. Yeah, I just can't talk, guys. I can't talk. I don't know what's the matter with me, but things are coming out of my mouth that I don't want. Look, Riley, books. Books, Riley. You don't want that book. Yeah, because you eat paper, so you're gonna eat that book. That's what you want. Is one that I'm very, very excited about. It was one of the ones I suggested for my book,